And in terms of advice for Pakistani immigrants moving in, like I know you talked about several areas. Do you find any key advices as they're moving in when it relates to LinkedIn? Solid, like something to just take away for sure.
Yeah. So, as I said, take it seriously. I think I cannot give anything more than this at this point. You see what happens. I'm invited to speak at various events, Indians, Pakistanis, like mostly South Asians. What I feel, and I'm very open to share this with you as well as the audience that you have, you are in a different country. You have to reinvent yourself. If you do not invest into reinventing yourselves, you may still reach somewhere, but the journey would be a little longer. In terms of LinkedIn, if you have one, if you don't have one, of course, create one. Pakistani audience, what happens? They come in these sessions, they try to learn something, but they never implement. And the reason is very simple. When you come to Canada, even a Starbucks coffee becomes very expensive, right? Because that
Yeah.
$6 is very expensive. So you start converting every Pakistani rupee into your dollar and you don't do things. But that doesn't work this way. When you've come to a new country, you have to do things the way things are done here. So living in your own community is great. Buying from a desi shop is great. Sending a school to a Islamic kid to Islamic school is probably the greatest thing you could do. But if you're not investing onto your own selves in your own growth, LinkedIn is just one little piece that you need to really think of. But think about it. When I came back, I was 54. At that age, working in Pakistan, you're already behind 2 decades. So you have to upskill and reskill yourself.
Yeah.
And they can. And networking outside your community and networking not on Halwa Puri and Nihari, non Nihari events is better networking. If you're meeting the same audience all the time, that's not network. Be more harsher than this, but this is what the reality is.
And then in terms of actually messaging people directly, like when you're looking for a
Never do that.
job. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's this is the
Never
first
do
time I'm
that.
hearing that. That's interesting.
No, no, never,
Even just for a coffee chat or anything, or
never ever do that. You have to build that relationship first. Why would I connect with you? Why would I connect? Why would I give my time to you? Time is probably the most precious thing we have now, right? You need to build some relationship. People don't build relationship. I get messages said, "Here's my CV. Please help me find a job." No, who you
right.
are.
Exactly.
But if there's a relationship, if somebody is commenting on my post, somebody is trying to engage with me, that's building relationship.
Right.
And once you have that relationship somewhat, then of course you can ask for some help. Send out for 500 such notes. I'll actually challenge everyone. Send out 500 notes. First of all, you cannot because LinkedIn restricts you.
Yeah.
You have to buy a premium. But if you're building your relationship before and you understand exactly how LinkedIn works, then your chances of getting a coffee chat is much more easier. And also, I would say here again, I say things in a very different perspective. So I create a different perspective. It's the same kind of people who are out there for coffee chats.
Yeah.
Same people. Now, the benefit of talking to same people, they get more benefit because they get different perspective, but the receiver would not get the same perspective. So what you need to do is to find people who are relevant to you. I again keep using the word relevant. So for instance, my clients, some of my clients, most of my clients come from Gulf or like Middle East. I try to connect with them with people who are relevant to them. So if a banker is connecting to a banker, it's more relevant, right? If a
Yeah.
lawyer is coming in, connecting to a lawyer, a pharmacist coming in, connecting to a pharmacist, it's better. It's probably the most advisable thing. Don't go to generic. There's so many generic events going around, networking events like webinars, very generic. You can go, I can guarantee you won't learn anything.
Yeah.
You learn only when you speak the same language, which means that if you are an engineer, that's where the relevance starts. Speak to an engineer.